Hello everybody, another installment from Fee and I, this time from Beijing. We're here in our China office. We've had an excellent 2 days with our team in China. As I often say, if we have a vision which is a healthier world, it's impossible for us to ignore a sixth of the world's population in China, and we need to have our strategy right. China has also been our fastest growing market for the last few years, so it's always a pleasure to be here and work with the team to try and tackle some of the challenges we've got there. In particular, we've talked a lot about BP, where the team have grown a revenue base now of over £1 million in just a few years with BP, and also are getting very far along the journey that we've long been wanting to go on with regard to integration of BP into hospital systems. And what the team have done here with some of the leading providers of EMRs is actually get that into action. So we've signed 2 or 3 contracts, and I think there are plenty of learnings that we can now take from what the team have achieved here in China and bring back to some of our other activities in this area in the UK, in Europe and in the US. We also talked a lot about publishing and author engagement.
And the news there is really excellent from China. We've got already in a few short years, we've definitely raised our profile just on the basis of the number of high-profile research papers we published in the BMJ. We're now publishing more than our major competitors in this field, New England Journal and Lancet. So that's an extraordinary result. And we're also seeing those submissions flowing through to BMJ Open. But we want to do much more, and we've been discussing just now how we can provide more resource to encourage a higher profile for us across China, because the opportunity is huge. The amount of research coming out of China, both flowing through to the BMJ, to BMJ Open and to the specialty journals. So it's been a really exciting week hearing about that. And we've also got, at the end of this week on Saturday, the launch of our first really serious collection of articles from China about health policy reform, which the team have worked extensively on over the last few months to get this collection together, to get the quality of it as we want. And the launch is going to be a very exciting opportunity to engage with academics at a senior level. So we're really looking forward to that.
And meanwhile, back in the UK, we had a very fun day and rather inspiring day when we ran our hackathon last week. Many thanks to Ross and Isaac for putting on such a great show. I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I came in, but it really was an incredible demonstration of the ingenuity, creativity and presentation skills of some of the teams. And we were delighted at the end of it to award the prize to the winning entry, which was looking at the problem of the black hole that our authors experience when they submit the paper to BMJ for publication and then hear nothing, which sometimes can be up to a year before they hear whether their paper has been accepted or rejected. And the team were coming up with some very creative ways of allowing our authors to find out what is happening to their paper, what stage of the journey they're at. And in a world where you can track your delivery from Amazon as it comes down the road to you, it feels very wrong that we should be in this area where we can't give any communication to people as to what's happening to their paper. It was lots of people presenting on the same things, some great ideas, and I took the decision without consulting Fee. I probably should have done, but there was a £5,000 prize so that we could take this idea a little bit further. And being so impressed and inspired by it, I doubled it to £10,000. So that team will now be using that money to take that idea forward and hopefully take it to a place where we can actually launch it. So watch out for the new Where Is My Paper chatbot.
And I think the other thing about the hackathon was how incredibly wide-ranging, and the sheer energy and expertise and feeling of real passion for improving our product and improving our services came across at the hackathon. So it was a really wonderful event. We have, of course, another major innovation which we've just launched, which is medRxiv. And as you will know, that's a partnership with Cold Spring Harbor Press and Yale University. And it's part of a move that we're making to be the really leading voice in opening up clinical medical research and transforming the way in which research is published. So the medRxiv is the preprint side of that, but there's a whole project, the Open Project, Claire Rawlinson and Thea Bloom leading amongst others on the team, to just transform us to this leading voice in open science publishing. So that's a very exciting initiative for us all.
And on more parochial matters, our finance team have been working very hard on the forecast for the end of the year, complicated of course recently by the loss of the DETRA contract, which we were rather disappointed by. And the result is that rather than the £10.9 million worth of profit we budgeted to achieve, we now expect to achieve £10.1 million worth of profit by the end of the year. Now, it's important to say that we're still aiming to achieve the budget, but it would be very remiss of us as an executive team if we weren't flagging up the risk that we perceive now to achieving that year-end number.
And that leads on to the conversation we're about to have while we're all out in China. The whole exec is out in China. It's an opportunity for us to get together and think about our long-term strategy. I don't think any of us feel that there's going to be a major shift in that strategy, but it's very important that we do take that longer-term view and consider, are we clear about what kind of company we are, what our priorities are, which products and services we feel are core, and which products and services are going to lead us through into this longer-term vision of a truly global company. Go. Are we recording? And then I might also mention what else is happening
So,
this week?
well, after you've done that, then we go back to...
Do you mind if I do the auto engagement piece?
We've actually shot this on my phone, which is demonstrating our technical abilities, and I'll turn it around so you can have a look at the China office for those who haven't seen it. Let me see if I can get this switched round. Total fail here again.
We could do that bit again. You want me to move?
I know you can give us a wave. And there's Yuyan in the background.